Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you. Allow me to recognize Presidents of General Agustino MADUOT Parek, President of CECAFA, and President of South Sudan Football Association. First of all, we'd like to welcome you back home. Allow me also to recognize Presidents of the Vice President of South Sudan Football Association, Honorable Charles Uduar, and also I would like to recognize Presidents of the Media Chairperson and the Spokesperson of South Sudan Football Association, Honorable Albino Kwek, and all the members of the board who are available here. I would like to recognize your presence, our invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to this press conference, and where the President is going to speak to all of you, particularly to the media, about the milestone that South Sudan Football Association have achieved. So allow me to give this chance to the Chairperson of South Sudan Media Department and Public Relations, and also spokesperson of the SSFA, Honorable Albino Kwek.
Thank you so much, Samuel Pawan. Thank you to my colleagues. First, congratulations to our President, President Agustino MADUOT, President of CECAFA, and President of South Sudan Football Association. Our protocol has to change. Now we will be addressing him as a President of CECAFA and President of South Sudan Football Association. And this is a historic moment for our country, for a young nation who has emerged from the struggle and entered to the world of football. And within the short time, we have seen a lot of changes, and this itself signifies another step to the regional football, and the flag of our country is flying high in the CECAFA, and we take the lead of the CECAFA in the person of General Agustino MADUOT. So we thank the media houses for turning up at the airport and for covering this important press gathering. I'll give this opportunity to Vice President to speak a word and invite President Agustino.
Thank you, Mr. Albino. Mr. President, General Agustino MADUOT Parek, members of Board of Directors, presidents of local football associations who are here, all invited guests, and ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Honorable Jaden Jada, you are highly welcome and recognized. Mr. President, this is your day. I just want to welcome you so that you proceed with the good news that you have brought. But I want to congratulate you on behalf of South Sudan Football Association. And this is a very, very good step for us. We will be looking forward now to even go further to CAF and to FIFA in the next years to come. Mr. President, you are most welcome, and the floor is yours. Speak to the media so that everybody in South Sudan will now know that we have moved on. We are not longer, you are no longer a president of one country, but 12 countries. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Vice President of South Sudan Football Association. I would like to recognize the President of Honorable Jaden Jada. It's always because he loves football, he's with us in everything. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the President of members of Board of Directors of the SSFA. Of course, the press recognize their presence, and I see higher attendance. Other delegates or invited guests or the staff who are here who had been trying to make the reception very colorful. And of course, we have to recognize there is General Omar Abdurrahman Al-Marube Omar IV. He's always encouraging the sports, being basket Olympics and football in particular. First of all, I would like to apologize for the delayment that caused by different aspects. The weather yesterday was not good, and today also we are having some issues of the plane and some small technical issue. So we delayed so that it is fixed. We thank God that we came safely. I would like to show thanks and appreciate the reception that has been done to me in the airport. Is thanks to Firigab Asholi that came also to share with that movement. And I'm very happy that for the last couple of days we were in Nairobi. We traveled together with my Secretary General, in order to witness the handing over. We made a meeting. First of all, we're having a courtesy visit to the office of FKF and the office of the Federation of Kenya Football Association. We're having a couple of time of our former president, Karia Wallace, who came from Tanzania. In fact, because this occasion delayed because his mother passed away, and we have to take time to mourn in order to come to Nairobi so that we come and formalize the meeting. And the meeting, of course, according to CECAFA statute, we carried out the meeting as the ESCO. And the ESCO endorsed me as the president. And then in January, it's going to be fully. I will complete the term of the former president Wallace Career, who had been very supportive and all the president of CECAFA has been supportive for me to take over, and then we'll do the acclamation. If the South Sudanese give me the trust again to give me the trust and confidence to continue as the president of South Sudan Football Association in coming election, then I will have a 4 years from 2026 to 2030 as the president of CECAFA. And then it depends whether South Sudanese they want to take away not to be a president of CECAFA because it's not done according to the nations. What is going to happen is, if I'm not the president, the Burundi is going to be present in January. So the authority that I have, South Sudan have, you will go to the tail of the line of CECAFA members. Because if you are new, you get to the line. So you multiply, you have 10 associations that will come first, then multiply 4 times. If one association have 10, then 40 years. Maybe all of us and our children, they will not get to that position. So we are lucky as South Sudanese. This is not Augustino that is recognized as South Sudan, is hard work that we are doing in football. It's a support also you are giving me, the support the government is giving to South Sudan Football Association. So the authority I am is congratulations to CECAFA, congratulations to South Sudan Football Association, and congratulations to people of South Sudan and the government of South Sudan, because this one, for one of your sons to be representing you in such regional activities is not easy, and it's a trust from all my colleagues in all the association. We have 11, we are 12 when we have internal organization. For those who doesn't know, the CECAFA is a Council of East and Central Africa Football Association. So the members are Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and South Sudan. And internally we have Zanzibar as an independent entity when we compete among ourselves. So that is what is called CECAFA. Sometimes it is confusing, but that is the meaning of it. And we thanks the former President, Wallace Karia, and all the ESCO members who have endorsed this. And I will, from now until January, I will be the President of CECAFA. And as you give me the confidence and trust for me to lead this institution, I will be 4 years President of CECAFA in January until 2030. I have all assurance of trust of our General Assembly and they have a message. They say, this golden chance is your hand as footballers, as the associations of South Sudan. It is your hand. You want it, bring Augustino back so that you have all this continuation. You don't want it, then throw it to the dustbin. So it's not a campaign, but this is a fact. I think if Victor was there, they call him, they say, you South Sudanese, what do you want? You don't want to take the chance? So anyway, I'm happy the members of press will continue together with my colleagues in the region in order to develop football. CECAFA, we had been very not representative in the World Cup. We have a lot of things to do in this level of development. We congratulate President of FUFA, Magogo, and his team, under 17. They are qualified to World Cup, and this is something that we are proud, and this is what we need to do in our region to be competitive, to go to World Cup, to go to AFCON. It is this encouragement that we need to organize the competition so that we go further. If we are represented by any country that I mentioned, 11 session is ours, we are proud of it. And it needs a lot of work to be done in CECAFA, from myself and the staff, and my colleagues in ESCO and my colleagues in General Assembly, for all of us to work collectively in order to develop our region in football. That is upon our responsibility as the President and all the ESCO members, that the trust given to us by our people is for us to develop the football, and that is the motto that we are going to continue. So I thanks for your all support and for congratulations. We congratulate ourselves, and I congratulate all of you on behalf of South Sudan Football Association. Thank you very much. Media House, you had been, I see there is a lot, it was viral, and you are doing a lot of things, which is very important, because if you don't make it and take it as something important, even the rest, they will doubt. We are giving this good to South Sudan and they are not happy. There will be something wrong with us. So I thank all of you for taking it. I don't mind that others who take it negative, but I'm sure majority of South Sudanese are very happy with this position. Thank you very much. If there are things, arrangement of those who may ask clarification of others, I'm more ready. I'm not in depth of CECAFA because I was vice president. So I'm vice president for almost 2.5 years. And so I know what is there in CECAFA. So in case of anything, then you're most welcome. I will give microphone to our spokesperson, as well the chair of the committee of the Information and Public Relations, Mr. Albino. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the interest of the media, President Agustino has come back with a huge authority from the 12 countries, and he has highlighted this, 11 countries, and Zanzibar. And for all the media present here and for all our colleagues in the board, President Agustino, in our last General Assembly in CAF, for those who have not witnessed, I was a witness, he has emerged to be one of the key leaders in the African football. And I can attest to that. His diplomacy has impacted a lot. He get consulted in every decision some of the leaders in CAF and FIFA make. And we don't take this for granted. Of course, people of South Sudan are not going to throw this important assignment to the dust. Of course, we are not ready to lose this important. We're looking forward to achieving even greater and greater in CAF and FIFA. When we endorsed President Gianni Infantino, we were the first association in the world to give him a nomination. We did not do that on assumption. We did that on the accounts of the things President Infantino did. Also, when he nominated President Dr. Patrice, it was also on the accounts of the things he has done. And all the president he has nominated as a federation, all of them won unanimously. So it means he has a diplomacy and is respected by the region and the continent. Samuel Pawan, for the media houses who have some question to ask, they will have to be precise because we have other events. But of course, this is your function. You are free to ask any question to the president.
Okay, just like the spokesperson said, let us be very precise and direct to the question. Your name and your media house, please.
Okay, congratulations, Mr. President. Michael Daniel from my radio. I'll be thankful if you deliberate more about how can South Sudan benefit from your position, from your new position as the head of CECAFA. Thank you.
We can pick one more question, then.
Well, thank you, Michael Daniel, for the questions. Of course, there are a lot of things. I'm going to work for the entire CECAFA region. And the develop part of it is capacity building. And South Sudan will be among those who participate in all this capacity building. We had been doing it here and according to our policy in ASCO. But more we will try to increase the capacity building, the other activities, the participations of different sectors. These are things that are done internally. We don't want to, because I'm president of all CECAFA. And of course, if SSM was less there, then we'll try to balance and have equal stay. Is not alone. I'm also ambassador even in CAF for some of you to participate. And we understand CECAFA belongs to all of us, and I will work equally and bringing justice to every session. This is my member. So I'm not going to take particularly the South Sudan and run away with it. Then I'm not the president of CECAFA. I will make sure the capacity, whether it's technical capacity buildings, what I call it, defend on the resources and development of the competition, try to have and build, if possible, for us to have CECAFA office and build a technical center for CECAFA. And the SSFA and the South Sudan will benefit from what we are doing for the whole region. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Kelly. CECAFA is one of the poorest regions when it comes to financial aspect. As president of the regional football governing body, how are you going to ensure that it is able to generate resources, not only depending on the finances which come from the international bodies? Thank you.
Well, if we don't have resources in South Sudan, doesn't mean the entire CECAFA doesn't have resources. We will do a lot of things. We are developing. There was even before me, because I was a vice. We are working to bring the sponsors into sports, and that is. Then we do due diligence of trying to build a marketing and investment within. We are lacking this, but for last 1, 2 years, 3 years, we have been trying to bring some sponsors. We'll try to create. We'll also appeal to our governments to support. You know, the CECAFA region in terms of economy, we are not less economy, but probably in football we need more support from our government, from our business people, and that is the most important. We'll try to. It's not a simple journey, but we'll try to go into this direction so that we increase. Of course, you have less resources, you have less activity, and it is something that we need to concentrate on. All the federations that are very successful federation in terms of getting sponsors and getting sponsors to sponsor their activities. But in CECAFA, we need to create our own. We have some now; they are ready. The beach soccer now is fully being supported. It's something that you get benefit if you create the beach soccer national team. You will be there in that participation. So what I say, we have plans that we'll do. We will enhance what was available because I was part of the system. And I think we will try. The journey to the success doesn't, it's not a one-day thing, it's a roadmap. We have a strategy of what we think can increase the activities. You increase the activities, then football is developed, and the experience, then the experience and the talent. And that's why now we are concentrating under 15, 17, and 18, and last time 20. It was a strategy, of course, of CAF and FIFA, but it is also our strategy to do that. Thank you.
Okay.
My name عاطف عادل مريخابي. عندي سؤالين للجنرال. السؤال الأول: ماذا يعني دعم أندية السيكافا لشخصك كممثل لجنوب السودان تكون رئيس لهذه البطولة الشرق وسط أفريقيا سيكافا؟ السؤال الثاني: ما هي نصيحتك لأندية اتحاد جنوب السودان والسودان لتحقيق هذه البطولة، خصوصا أن الدولتين بيشاركوا في البطولة دي منذ أمد بعيد ولم يحقق البطولة إلا المريخ السوداني؟ نصيحتك يعني للأندية شنو في جنوب السودان والسودان؟ شكرا.
شكرا عاطف. نحن طبعا ما أنا أكون رئيس لكل الأعضاء بتاع السكافة، وما نشخص. لو في تعاون بيننا مع السودان ده شيء تاني، ولا عندنا أوردي تعاون بيننا، وده ما نفهم كيفية ان احنا نطور كرة ما بين دولتين كعلاقة بيننا. لكن لو جينا في الثقافة هنتكلم في سياسات بتاع الريجن بتاع الزون بتاعنا. ما نحن will not fix South Sudan. What we will not do زي كان عندنا ميديا كورس كان السودان فيه جنوب السودان فيه، ودولة تانية ده موجود. ده الفرصة. بالنسبة لأندية عندنا كيغامي كاف يوم داق الهلال ومريخ كان موجود فيه، وكان مريخ بنتي موجود. الكيغامي كاف نصبته عشان الأندية بتاعنا يقدر يجهز. سو رسالتي للأندية ديل ده بيجي موضوع بيخص الإدارات الأندية، إنه كيف أنت تعمل عقودات زي المريخ. المستوى شنو؟ إذا عقدت ما جبتوا ناس المعترفين كويس طبعا انت هتمشي تنافس ابعد من كده. يبقى السؤال ده المفروض يرجع لناس مرسال، نقول له انتم ما تنافس كيف لناس ناس مرسال، ناس قطر، وناس مريق بنتي وهولي فاميلي وكل الانديه. عندنا المريق وهلال زاير ومشى لدوري ابعد من كده. كيفية حفاظ على المستوى بتاعهم ده أو شيء تاني. فنحن ما ننفرد علاقتنا، لكن سكافة بيتكلم كمنظومة، بيشتغل عمل واحد وتطوير من عمل ودين السكافة. فلما نكون رئيس بتاع سكافة ما هنحاول نستفيد، نشيل الإمكانيات السكافة عشان جنوب السودان يستفيد ولا السودان لا. الإمكانيات السكافة إمكانيات السكافة، إمكانيات بتاع SSFA ده بتاع الإمكانيات بتاع الاتحاد السوداني ده إمكانيات بتاعهم. أما الإمكانيات بتاعنا هيكون إمكانيات بتاعنا كله. وأنا فعلا في السياسات وكل الكوليجز طبعا بنكون شاركين بدون بوليسي من جنرال اسمبلي what should be done. وانا في اسكو بنحاول نجي نقعد للتنفيذ، وانا مع الستاف زي جنرال سكرتاريات انا بعدك بنكون متابع التنفيذ الكل بعدك بنلقى التقارير لجنرال اسمبلي. فدي الطريقه ان احنا بنشتغل. فما يكون في حاجه خصوصيه انه أوغوستينو جاي من السودان ولا جاي من جنوب السودان، انه هيكون انا يوغندي، انا كيني، انا صومالي، انا جيبوتي، انا رواندي، انا نعم ضمن انا السودان، انا جنوب السودان، انا اثيوبيا، انا اريتريا، وانا جيبوتي، كله الكيني، كله ديل ده كله انا زمزبار في الكلام ده. انا ما ننفرد نستخدم الحاجات، لكن نحاول نوظف الحاجات ده لمصلحه عام بتاع الثقافه. والسودان موجود فيه وجنوب السودان.
Thanks a lot. I'm doing a follow-up question, which I asked even during the General Assembly this year. So the ball now is on your hand. They said opportunity. You say it is on our hand. Like the outgoing president, that is Walese, he said, Karia Walese, he said, it is on our hand as South Sudan to request at least to host even though under 17, under 20, or under 23. And you said you're still working over it with the government, but now the opportunity has returned back to you. Are we seeing, because they say we have the facility, whereby we can host event of under 17, under 20, under 23. So is there opportunity this year where we can have at least one of the CECAFA's tournament as it comes back home here for us? That's my follow-up question.
Well, just give microphone to Secretary General, is the one to answer. Because there are requirements Diamond Secretary General Abersalo. Menai the policy, there's no problem for us to host under 17. And even any bad do South Sudan, badak hosting that bikun dollar, do South Sudan meet the requirements? For we have Bersalo requirements, we are Selawara.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. President, and yeah, that is a good question. The board of directors actually in the last meeting has approved for South Sudan to send a bidding document to CECAFA, and we already did. We sent the document, but there are requirements as said by the president. One of the requirements is that we need a government to give a guarantee that they are okay with the hosting of the competition, which is the under 17. That is the competition we want to host. It will be in October this year. And the other thing also, the availability of MRI facility in the country. And good enough also, we have one hospital that has MRI facility, which is, we don't want to make advertisement for them, but the hospital is GMC, and we are good with it. So we're waiting just the document from the government to confirm that they are ready to support, because hosting, is not an easy thing. It's something that we, the federation, and the government work together to welcome other countries coming here. But we are on the process, and hopefully
Well, to add, the other requirement, you're supposed to have 2 stadiums, at least. But generally, they would Buluk and for Tamarin, for the practice, and then here for the games we can host. So they're only waiting from the government, because government is hosting. It's not SSFA, because the country, there is a government that support in terms of security, in terms of all the aspect government. Like General Assembly that we came here, we asked the government, and government accept, let the General Assembly be done here. So that one is very important, and it is something that we can discuss with Ministry of Youth and Sports. Of course, other governments, the other government can pay accommodation for the team to lessen, so that if there are other things, then the SSFA and CECAFA can look into solving. Otherwise, hosting is not a problem. Maybe the former president also approved, and remain me become the president. I don't think there will be a problem. All of you, I think, unasuali when okay.
So I think no more questions. If we're done, thank you so much. I would like to return to the spokesperson, Mr. Albino Quick.
Thank you, Samuel Pawan, and colleagues from the press. Once again, we would like to repeat our voice of gratitude to the members of CECAFA for giving our president the trust, and to our journalists also for playing a role. And one thing I always say, the way we vibe our nation, how we shape our nation on the media, also attract the attention of the world to our country. I believe also the role you are playing also is crucial in favoring ways to achieving more, not only to President Agustino, but also to all of us who have potentials of bringing something to our nations, whether clubs, whether administrators, our international referees are there, and all the roles that are carried out by each one of us without media also can never be seen by the world. So we appreciate the media for their crucial roles, and from here, yes, of course, we will continue to play hand by hand. There are a lot of events ahead of us. Just like our president was saying, there are things we have to keep for the future. We have to keep this, and by doing this also, there is a need for our media to play a role to maintain General Agustino for the next 4 years. And by doing that, we need to maintain him here for the next 4 years. Of course, we are not campaigning, but yeah, we are telling the truth. We deserve this. Vice President, I will give you a chance to say a word, and the President concludes the press gathering.
Thank you very much. I think the press conference was very clear, and that is why there were no more questions, many questions asked, because things are clear. I just want to repeat something. Albino said he was a witness when they went for CAP General Assembly. But all of us as members of Board of Directors, we are also witness, because after the General Assembly of CECAFA, Wallace also had a meeting with us, and he advised us to work to make sure we bring back General MADUOT in order to continue serving CECAFA. So it is all of us to work together. Rome was not built in one day. Let's work together and improve on our sport program, especially football. We know there is nobody who is an angel. All of us make mistakes. So if we had made mistake during these 4 years, I'm sure General MADUOT will be able to correct those mistakes, and we will move on to make sure we develop his sport in South Sudan. We have potential here, and we want to see ourselves in the World Cup, in any of them, either under 20, under 17, or even senior team. We only lack resources. If we have resources, our team will excel, will work, will perform very well. And it is only for us to give General MADUOT another opportunity. Maybe one day we need to invite one of the medias to go with us to General Assembly, FIFA, or CECAFA, or even CAF, so that you see how influential he is, not only to CECAFA and CAF, even to FIFA. And many regional federations are calling for him when people were going for elections. And he went to several countries because of what Albino said before, that people also consult him. We are not saying, as he said, campaigning. But of course, if it means campaigning, we have to campaign. We cannot shy away. Well, okay. Yes, we cannot shy away. We need to start beginning our campaign now. But we are telling realities. This is what we have witnessed. The CAF president wanted him to go, to be a member of executive. But he said no. And that is humility that we have been also learning from him. He said, no, I'm still new. There are people who are senior than me. And he opted for the president of Ethiopia to go because he was ahead of him. And that is why that arrangement has come to, they have agreed on, okay, if that is what you want, then you will now take over CECAFA. It is because of his humility. Lokande ana wale zoltane kana bugul is better. Let me go there. Let me go to CAF. And these are qualities of a leader that we need to maintain. For how long shall we always have one term? Why don't we try to one of the leaders to go for a second term and then now evaluate him properly? So I appeal to all of you and all the federations to give General MADUOT an opportunity to lead us for the next 4 years, and you will witness with yourself what will happen after 2026. Thank you very much. Mr. President, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice President. And thank you, the spokesperson. Thank you, members of the board. Of course, Honorable is here, General Omar, all the secretariat, the staff, and the press. Really, I'm impressed because the press are doing a lot of work in terms of giving communication, giving information. And this is what I like. And those of Michael, I'm seeing all the time what the media is doing. And when you go to YouTube, there are a lot of work that our media is doing. And even outside, the SSBC, they're doing a great job. I'm always seeing the news. And of course, we have to thank our government under our wise leadership, His Excellency the President Salva Kiir Mayardit, for providing us a necessary conducive environment. Without the government, we cannot play football. It is because we are given a conducive environment. Issues of resources come later, because we understand they have our government has a commitment It's only when something is not there. That's why. But all the time we knock the door, they are committed, they want to help us. Things sometimes are difficult, but it's not because they don't want to support us. So we'll continue, and situation will be good, and let us hope. We'll still have football being supported by our government, and the support they are giving us is big. It's big. If it was not a government, even this stadium could have not been open, because they're the one to build the road. The road is very expensive. It was good that government give us a platform. His Excellency the President himself came for inauguration, and all the government dignitaries came. He's also support. I'm meeting so many of them. They are happy with what the work the SSF is doing. So we are working in collaboration with our government to see to it the problems are addressed, and we are supported so that our young and boys who football get an opportunity for them to show their case and become a professional players. And we professionalize our Premier League. We thanks all the clubs with all the difficulties they are making football being played at grassroots level up to national level. It's a great thing. We don't take you for granted. It's a real support to the football. Supporting the football. Football is not only on the pitch. We in football, we are doing a lot of things. Nazal beji be bodbada del be raksha be nazal be amal shy around, and we say always support. بيجيب المويه بيجيب والناس اللي بيجي المنتخبات بيجي بقعد في هوتيلات جاي من المطارات وجايين taxation. This is also we are doing something great for our government, for our people too. So we take it as something very important. Let us continue to nurture the football and all aspects, and let us sacrifice for the generation so that they grow better in terms of their talent, and also in different aspects of social life and economy. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming and for your congratulations. I think I also congratulate you. It's not me, myself alone. We'll work together and develop things in terms of what we are doing in SSFA and what we will be doing in CECAFA. And even CAF, we need also to contribute to development of football in Africa as well as also in the world. And like a motto of FIFA said, football unite the world. This we should start it at grassroots level up to the world. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I think we'll close the press conference and have a good night.
Thank you.
Media houses, please, before leaving, make sure you meet Gabriel Daniel. Before you leave, all media houses who are registered, make sure you meet Gabriel.